Good to see you.
Hunters, scroungers, bring us your metal.
Scroungers? What kind of brutes are you trying to attract?
We were agreed. I do the calling, you do the counting.
I wouldn't say agreed.
I don't complain about your counting, other than it takes too long.
I wouldn't have to check it twice if you'd stop droning in my ear.
Don't forget to stock up before you're on the road. Only the...
Hunters, scroungers. Bring us your metal.
Don't pass up.
I brought you both the parts. So, what do you say?
I don't suppose I could buy just the one.
You'd buy the wrong one. So give the hunter her shards for both.
Of course. Here you are. If this is the price I have to pay.
The price you have to pay. The Snapmaw lens might just cover the loss we take on the other.
It won't sell for a loss, charcoal burner. You'd pay handsomely for a long leg lens if you had an imagination.
I have an imagination. When you rattle that piece of junk around, I think of your skull.
Out these ways.
Kidding, this wouldn't be a scrap-dealing operation. That we would have class.
And I told you, a true metal seller knows to get his hands dirty.
Buy what you need, leave the rest.
As you wipe machine oil on my silks.
Buy what you need. Leave the rest.
Something today?
I've got all.
You'll regret not stopping when you're in the thick of it.
Don't forget to...
Stock up before you're on the road.
Only the finest goods. Would you like to buy? See for yourself. Take a look. Look at these wares.
Come take a look. I'll give you a good price.
Take a look at these wares. Fine goods for a fair.
I heard him say
You'll
they
like
have
what I
piles of
have for
scrap up
sale.
north.
These
I'll tell you. Check out these wares.
You'll like what I have for sale. I promise. Buy what you need. Leave. You'll like what I have for sale. I promise. Won't cost you a shard. Don't pass up these goods. Buy what you need.
Had to take over my brother's shift today. Sure as the sun's rising, I'll put that note.
You'll like what I have.
Check out these wares. Was a guard under the last king. Far cry from those days.
Over the Sundom. I wouldn't have believed.
You'll like what I have for sale, I promise.
Not, eh? They dress a bit too fancy. Could you spare a moment to speak of the finer things?
They'll as soon cheat you as look at you.
Take on my brother's shift today, sure as the sun's rising.
Had to take over my brother's shift today.
I've sent a messenger to the claim to let everyone know.
If there's anything you or your clan need for her arrangement, I'm glad you're back. I'm at a loss about Ursa. To learn she lives, then lose that hope, seems cruel.
She wouldn't want us to waste time talking. She'd want us to find Dervahl. She said he raved about smoke darkening the sun. Tell him what you found in his papers.
A letter. It mentioned a shipment of blaze being sent to a warehouse here. Only, it wasn't addressed to Dervahl. The name was Ayland Forgeman. Does that mean anything to you?
Sounds familiar. Yes, a landlord. The Oseram have been buying up buildings across the city, including one under that name. Let me think. It's by the edge of the mesa, near the temple. Used to be a shop, but it could serve as a warehouse. If Dervahl used the name as an alias to buy it, he might even be there now.
I'll round up my men.
I'll meet you there.
Errand, wait. Remember that no one hates Dervahl more than your own tribe. The clans would give up much to obtain him.
Take him alive? So you can haggle over him? You can't be serious.
Our security depends on keeping the peace. If the opportunity presents itself, take him alive. Consider that a command. Aloy, a moment, please. When we spoke, Aaron didn't wish to dwell on the details of Ursa's death. Understandable, of course. But now that they've been left to my imagination, those details are all I can think about. You were there. Did she suffer?
She's not the one who's suffering now. You are. She died before you could say goodbye.
Is it that obvious? You're right. I'm dwelling on my pain, not just hers. And there's only one thing left that can help. Find Dervahl and bring him before me. He will answer for his crimes.
I have a matter of grace and beauty I would like to discuss with you.
Able-bodied adventurers, preferably with no friends or family. But I'm not choosy.
Everybody knows your business.
This is the place? You home, Dervahl? I got a surprise for you!
Or he has a surprise for us.
Is it a bomb? Doesn't look too big.
Big enough to kill us.
All right. I'll shut up.
It's a bomb, all right. Well crafted. Blaze. It must be leaking from something upstairs. If I try to take it apart, a booby trap will set it off. Something's dripping from the ceiling. If that bomb goes off, the blaze will ignite in a firestorm.
That's a lot of blaze.
If that bomb downstairs goes off, it'll be just what Dervahl promised. Smoke will darken the sun. As the city goes up in flames, there's gotta be a way to stop it. If we can get rid of it somehow, the blast will be much smaller. If we can get rid of it somehow, the blast will be much smaller. Maybe there's some way I can open this window to get rid of the fuel for the bomb. It looks like a wooden bracket. Not very strong. Help me push this out.
Okay. Brute force, I'm good at that. What'll it do?
Save the city, I hope. But when the blaze falls, run for it. Because the booby trap on the bomb downstairs is gonna get set off.
Will we survive?
Probably not. Now push.
We did it! Dervahl's best shot, and Meridian's still standing.
This isn't over. Dervahl said he'd make a VOD watch.
No way. To do that, he'd have to get into the palace, and that's too heavily guarded.
Get back there, just to be sure. I'm gonna look around. Maybe Dervahl's men left something behind when they planted that bomb.
I got it. Don't worry. If he tries for the palace, he's finished.
Boot tracks, with just a bit of blaze in them.
Did you hear that explosion? Have you been attacked by the target in shadow?
Can I interest you in a reasonable share of a lucrative
Shut up a
opportunity?
bucket line!
What happened?
I haven't heard a blast like that since the liberation.
Let's have a chat. No,
Not what I
a
imagined.
colorful discussion.
There's smoke rising from the edge of the mesa. Are we under attack?
The tracks lead inside. Another one of Dervahl's hideouts. This must be where Dervahl assembled the detonator. He tunneled through the wall. Dervahl did find a way into the palace.
Wish I could be there to see the sun god on his knees.
Quit carping, you chuff. Someone's gotta guard the rear.
Someone better guard your rear.
Spotted.
Try dodging this. This is for you.
Look at you, Avad. The wriggling runt of a maniac king. You robbed me of my right to kill your father, so I'll have to settle for you. I'm going to enjoy watching the Karja burn, even more because you'll be watching with me. Say goodbye to Meridian, Avad. Breathe in the stench, and choke on the ashes. Something's wrong. I didn't hear anything.
There's a bit of smoke rising from the mesa's edge.
No! It should be a firestorm, not some belch from a charcoal burner! What's this? Oh. You must be the Nora who bushwhacked my camp.
And disabled your bomb.
Did you now? Well, bomb or no bomb, I'm gonna splatter that throne with blood. First yours, then Avad's.
Contact!
This isn't over yet, wench.
Don't lose it!
You'll have to do better than that, Red. I've led an army. Killed kestrels and ravagers, as savage as you. Can we finish this? I've got a sun god to kill. You're starting to irritate me. Why does Avad always have his ladies do the fighting? Can we fix this? I've got a sun god to kill. Not over yet, Nora. Any good Oseram tinker will tell you. Always have a third plan. Those majestic, murderous glinthawks! I hope you like fighting these things, because there's more on the way! Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you. Those majestic, murderous glinthawks! I hope you like fighting these things, because there's more on the way! Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you!
As much as I wish Ursa was here to kill you, I don't mind doing it for her.
Go ahead. I'm not afraid. Except that knowing you, Erend, you'll screw it up!
I know what you are afraid of. Going back to Mainspring in chains. Every clan in the claim wants you dead. And they know how to make it hurt. They'll even bid for the privilege.
It's just like you to get someone else to do your killing.
Shut up! You're at the Sun King's mercy now.
Sweat and hard work never hurt it.
Aloy. I was just thinking about Ursa. She would have killed Dervahl on the spot. I know it. That's why she went out to meet him in the first place, to put him down. But she also told me to grow up. I gotta admit it burned a little when she said that, but I'm trying to take it to heart. And I guess growing up means putting what you should do in front of what you want to do. Right?
You're asking me? I'm pretty sure you're older.
Yeah, but I don't act like it, do I?
You did with Dervahl.
Don't give me too much credit. Part of me still wants to wait for a quiet moment and wring his neck.
Yeah, but you won't. Because you're a good captain.
Come on, stop. You're gonna make me tear up.
So, after all this, what's next for Erend Vanguardsman?
Heading back to the claim for a while. I'll get in touch with my clan and we'll lay Ursa to rest properly. Like how she would have wanted. And by that I mean less chit-chat, more drinking.
What do you think the Oseram will do to Dervahl?
First off, they'll argue about it for a long time. But whatever they come up with, it won't be quick. I can live with that. In fact, I might just drop by his cell under the sun ring to remind him what's coming.
Well...
I know. You gotta go. Killers to track, machines to master. All before breakfast. You know what? When we met, I thought I was a big shot talking to a pretty girl hidden away in the middle of nowhere. And now I see that I was just lucky to get a minute of your time. Try not to forget about me while you're out there changing the world.
I'll always have a minute for you. Maybe even two.
Two? Huh. She likes me.
Work, keeping the city safe. When the work is done.
I have a matter of grace and beauty I would like to discuss with you.
It's not what I imagined when I was a boy.
Come to gloat, Nora. Well, as you can see, I'm busy. I get it. You want to rub it in? Well, it's not working.
care for Aslam, but Captain Ursa fought for us. That's what
Everyone needs a splash of color in their lives. Come, let's talk it over. Move along. You have no need to loiter around here. Past me, I'll have a fight. Mark my words.
There are no shadows under the noonday sun. Words to live by.
Aloy, to say you have my gratitude feels woefully insufficient. You saved my life. You saved Meridian. And because of you, there will be justice for Ursa's murder. We can mourn her knowing the truth, without painful uncertainty. It's hard to imagine where we'd be without you. And I don't want to try. I hope you will consider staying in Meridian.
Were you and Ursa, you know?
I suppose it's obvious how I feel. How I felt about her. She didn't just give me advice. She gave me strength. But we couldn't be together. Relations between the Karja and Oseram and Meridian were unsteady as it was. The union of the Sun King and an Oseram warrior would have led to open revolt in the city. And probably war with the clans.
Did anyone know?
Only one. Dervahl. He wanted Ursa, but she rejected him. And so jealousy became yet another of his hateful motivations.
What exactly will happen to Dervahl?
For now, he'll languish in one of the old cells under the Sun Ring here in Meridian. As for what happens after we negotiate his extradition to Mainspring, I don't want to think about it. My father was very creative when it came to inflicting suffering. But some Oseram devices surpass even his imaginings. What a waste. Dervahl is a brilliant man. I wonder what he would have accomplished if it weren't for my father's cruelty.
I know who attacked the Nora. A faction of Shadow Karja called the Eclipse. They're digging up ancient machines, weapons they want to use to strike Meridian.
I see. What you're saying echoes whispers I've heard from Murad. A Shadow Karja splinter group, corrupted machines across the land. When will the attack come, do you know?
I'm not sure yet.
And we will do what we can to prepare. Keep me informed if you learn more.
Let's have a chat. No, a colorful discussion.
What did you want to talk about?
You were an outlander, no? An adventurer. I used to be one myself. I admit, I miss the beguiling colors of the wilds. Speaking of which, I wonder if you've come across a very special kind of flower. It's made of metal, like a machine. Other blossoms grow around them in amazing patterns. These gleaming beauties are very much in demand among my clients. If you bring me some, I have valuables to trade for them.
These metal flowers. What are they exactly?
No one knows, but some say they began sprouting 20 years ago when the machine started to go mad. Perhaps they grow from the tears of the sun, for he has many faces, does he not? Wrathful one day, cool and patient the next. Perhaps he weeps for our suffering when his anger breaks.
You said you were an adventurer.
Just so. The nobles of Meridian crave flowers for their balconies and gardens. So out I went, with bow and spear. I made my name by searching the wilds for the wildest blossoms. No bandit nor machine could keep me from those precious petals.
So what happened?
Love happened, my sweet. My paramour frets too much when I venture out. So now I collect flowers for those without such bonds.
Is it worth it? Being restrained like that?
Of course. Freedom is sweet, but the embrace of my beautiful Theridine sweeter still. Ah, let us haggle over this beautiful bounty. Till we meet again, my noble Nora. Could you spare a moment to speak of the finer things?
This is the Hunter's Lodge. Only members and invited guests are allowed in.
How do I get invited?
You've come all the way from the Savage East, right? You must have come across some of our hunting grounds. Each one has a set of hunting trials. If you pass a trial, you get an award called a half-sun. Win 3, and I'll let you in. Now off you go.
These fire rats. I've got no stomach for killing other cards.
You try to kill the Sun King.
Dervahl. He tried to kill the Sun King. Unbelievable.
We should send help to the man. Look out for him. See what he did in the past.
all have our place in the order of things.
Goods for a fair
Take a look at these wares.
I've got all the best goods here.
You'll like what I have for sale, I promise.
Only the finest goods here. See for yourself.
That'll help. Go quietly. Meet.